What's going on, everyone? Today is very exciting because we are going all in and trying to one-shot some people with aggressive negotiations in pre-Vizsla Red. There's a lot of fun things going on, and we got some fun cards as well as a bunch of new cards to toy around with. Before we get started today, big thank you to my patrons over on Patreon, guys. A couple of you have been having fun with some aggressive negotiations, and you know what? It is just such a fun card. We got to dive into it. Pre-Vizsla, one of the most powerful leaders in terms of straight up power, if you're able to have a ton of cards in your hand. On the flip side, you can deploy as a 5 resource 6/6, especially with Shadow Collective Camp and the ability of plot. We have a couple of plot cards. We can preserve the cards in our hand and still spend our resources for some pretty good value, hopefully allowing Pre-Vizsla to stay at 6 power. We have a few different ways to draw cards in this deck. We're playing Deathmark, being able to, claim that bounty, draw 2. That's basically +1 card. Old Access Codes is kind of interesting as a way to spend our resources in that turn, get extra power, but also draw back some cards because we're probably not going to have as many units as an opponent. I Am Your Father is just straight up removal. If not, we draw 3, which is kind of all we really need. We've got Starwing Scout, very aggressive unit. Oftentimes, if we have this out, we could play around having initiative so we can draw some more cards. Aggression draws us cards. And then when we get to that flop turn, we've got FN Trooper Corps to come down 5 resources, give an experience token to Pre-Vizsla, and Sudden Ferocity to spend our resources but not take cards out of our hand. In terms of actually winning the game, well, with all those extra cards in our hand, we can either go all in on Pre-Vizsla with Darksaber and aggressive negotiations, attack for +5/+0, +4/+3, and then that's, an extra 9 damage. That's 15 damage with Pre-Vizsla and 1 attack, right? Of course, that's over a couple of turns, but, that can basically win the game over the course of 2 turns. Outside of that, we're going to be getting in a little bit of damage here with our early plays like Bo-Katan, Warrior of Clan Orders, a nice new one. We're going to have a aggression card in our hand almost guaranteed. So a couple of 3/3s on turn 1. Cyril Karn can go ahead and disrupt their hand or deal some damage to opposing units. We got a little bit of removal and open fire alongside aggression. And then the Spice Ray. We're going to be drawing some cards. So maybe we draw Ray and Ruthless Raider or someone, right? Let's see what we can do with Pre-Vizsla. All right, into our first game here. Reasonable hand up against Han Blue. So an old classic here. Let's go ahead and claim initiative. Another silencer. I think I'll resource the warrior though. Yeah, we're just gonna open fire the Ogdo. I mean, that's just a lot of damage. It's just a lot of damage to come in, and we can't really afford that. So open fire the Ogdo. We'll see if my opponent has an open fire of their own. Oh, they got Yoda. Okay. Oh, and they got the Owen. That is a lot. That is a lot. Let's go with Old Access Codes just to draw back a card here. I think that's going to work out kind of nicely. They're going to be able to restore more than we can deal damage right now. So that's going to be a little bit awkward. As a reminder, we can use Pre-Vizsla's ability to deal 1 at the current moment. Does that really do anything? It does. It kills the Owen if we want to do that. If we do that, then we can't get down the 5th brother. And I think I would like to just attack in for 4 and get down the 5th brother, even though the units on the opposing side of the battlefield are extremely obnoxious. Oh, man. And a Chirrut. Well, let's go ahead and... Oh, man, what do I want to do here? Let's attack it for 4 with the silencer. Not a huge fan of the Chirrut over there. That's going to cause some issues. That's definitely going to cause some issues. They've got Kit Fisto's Ether Sprite. Dang. All right. Let's deploy, draw, pass. We'll see what they decide to do with their cards here. I'm going to go with Darksaber on Pre-Vizsla. We're going to be able to one-shot the Chirrut, which is going to look pretty nice. I can then follow up with a Sudden Ferocity, potentially on the Pre-Vizsla. Maybe a way to draw a card or 2. It's a little bit obnoxious because they have so much restoration right now. I mean, technically I have Saboteur. I could bypass the Chirrut, but it's definitely going to be more worthwhile just to knock out the Chirrut than do anything else in this stage of the game. I just hope they don't have, Luke's upcoming. That would be pretty bad for us. Let's go ahead and heal 1 damage, and then hit the Yoda. Killing the Owen here. They took Itinerant Warrior. We're going to go ahead and claim initiative. We've got another Dryden. We've got Starwing Scout. Let's resource the Dryden. Got another Darksaber, but it's not like that's going to do anything. So let's go ahead and attack in for 3. My opponent with their Restoration, Yoda plus Owen plus Chirrut, is a great start. And we're also fighting against, arguably one of the best decks in the entire format. So, that's always something. Let's go ahead and attack in for 8. They probably have like a Luke here, and they're just going to drop a Luke, and then it's going to be GG. Yeah, what can you do, right? What can you do? There isn't really anything that we can do at this point. We can draw a couple of cards, but we can't beat through a Luke. Just too much Restoration. If they didn't have the Chirrut, maybe. But yeah, well, I could play this out. May as well, I suppose. Go ahead and drop a Bo-Katan in. Claim initiative. My opponent's just killing off our units, which makes a lot of sense. Aggression isn't going to do anything. We'll hit in for 4. I can knock out the Luke, but we'd have to aggression deal 4 draw. Dang, they had the Anakin as well. I was like, maybe I can ready up a Dryden and cheese out a win. Man, they have everything. When your opponent just has it all, they have it all. And you can't really do a whole lot about that, right? Your opponent just has it all. Let's go to attack in. Deal 1. See what my opponent decides to do. No matter what we play here, it gets killed by their unit. I'll play out another Dryden, but we don't really have many other options at this point. We'll go ahead and deal 4 to Luke. Draw a card. And Poe-Dameron, huh? All right, well, I am your father, the Anakin. I think you just make us draw 3 at this point, but, my opponent can do whatever they want. Ooh, okay. We will, we got the Rey, so we will deal 2 to Anakin. 2 to a base. We will deal some more to Anakin. Claim initiative. Okay, we're it's over. GG. We got no answer to the Poe-Dameron. My opponent, just a ton of restore, right? They restore what, 6 HP, plus they have the Sentinel, and that's probably just enough for us to win the game if that didn't happen. But let's move on to the next one. Okay, into the next hand, and I like it. I like where we're starting. Bo-Katan could be relevant. We have the Darksaber, so I'm actually going to keep Bo-Katan over the Silencer since it is a Mandalorian. Although Silencer would have been pretty nice in that spot. There's a Rey. We'll resource that. Don't need that anymore. Let's just go ahead and I am your father, the A-Wing. If they want to let it die, they can let it die, or they can allow us to draw 3. Much rather than let us draw 3 than anything else here. Okay, we'll hit in for 3. Claim initiative. Resource, I guess one of the Drydens. We will go ahead and attack in for 3. Fleet Lieutenant, huh? Okay, we'll drop in the Dryden. And we will claim. Oh my gosh. That is a lot of units. Okay, so they currently have 9 damage. Wow, they can literally win right now. If we put Darksaber old access codes, that is 7 power. We double, it's 14. If we go all in on Dryden, there's a chance that we can win next turn. So that's what we're going to try to do. It's going to be really close, though. It's going to be really, really close. We use Sudden Ferocity. Old access codes. So if I claim, done. How many cards do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's gonna be 14, 28. just one-shot them with Data Vault. We actually did it. Oh my gosh. I did not think that was going to work. If they had just killed Dryden, it would have been GG, but they got greedy and they were like, yeah, let's hit the base and run him down. Oh my gosh. That was incredible. I'm like, okay, 14, 28 plus, 7. That's GG. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that was absolutely amazing. Yeah, aggressive negotiations can do some broken things. Dryden also, I mean, like I said, I thought the only way we could win that and outrun this super aggressive Cassian kind of build was with Dryden. And the I Am Your Father, even though it didn't kill the A-Wing and they got to do the Academy Disciplinarian, that set it up. The draw 3 was pretty critical. Same with the old access codes, right? That was +1 power. If we were missing one more power or one more card in hand, let's say, that would have been 7. So it would have been up to 13. And then we would have doubled as 26. I don't remember how much damage there was on the base, to be honest, beforehand. But I think there was only a little bit. And I don't think it would have won the game, but that was awesome. We didn't even deploy Pre-Vizsla and we still won. Oh my goodness. Okay. Starting hand, double ray, mulligan that. Well, sometimes you load up the game and you just draw rays and you mulligan and then you draw the 2 same rays again. We at least have a turn 1 play in Serial Karn, which is going to be good. They're playing double green Snoke, so I'm not exactly sure what to expect. We do have a Dryden here. I'm just hoping to pick up one more aggression card. We have so many aggression cards in our deck that I would be very, very surprised if we were not able to draw one. So let's go ahead and attack, and we'll reveal Dryden and open fire, and then we will be able to, either kill the First Order or make them discard. Not like making them discard is like particularly amazing or anything like that. Ooh, wow. Oh, okay. They're giving an experience token. Okay, I'm going to go I Am Your Father on the Salacious Crumb. If they kill it, great. It's like an open fire. If they let us draw 3, even better. Because that's what we're trying to do here. So let's see what they decide to do. Okay, they're going to attack. We're going to claim. And we will see what my opponent decides to do afterwards. Resource the FN Trooper core. Let's go and attack, and I will reveal the Dryden and the open fire. That's what I revealed last time, so no reason to give any additional information. We'll see if they discard a card or let Crumb die. I'd imagine they just discard a card at this point. Probably bounce Crumb and then replay him, so you get to kill Serial Karn and keep your Crumb, at least draw, almost like drawing a card here. Do I just want to go with Dryden here? I think I just slam the Dryden and we'll see what we can do. Aggressive negotiations would be amazing. But we will find out what we have in store for us. Let's find out. Shall we? Command. Okay, they're going to ramp a little bit. And they're going to return a First Order TIE Fighter. Sure. Let's claim. There's a sudden ferocity. I am looking for... So this guy is what? 7 power? I can go FN Trooper Core when I deploy Pre-Vizsla to give Dryden the experience and then draw a card, and hopefully I draw into aggressive negotiations. I don't, but that's fine. We now have a 3/6 Dryden plus a Pre-Vizsla, which is a 6/6 powerhouse. I'm feeling pretty good about this particular spot. Let's go ahead and just hit them for 6. We'll see what they decide to do with the Snoke deploy. Yeah, I mean they can't kill my Dryden with just a Snoke attack. So we'll find out what they're going to be doing here. Maybe they have their own FN Trooper Core. Okay, we're just going to attack, pass on the trigger for Dryden. We'll see what they have. I don't feel like I need to rush in this game. I feel like I could take it a little slower. Okay, they've got Overwhelming Barrage. That does do some nasty work. Would have been better had I kind of gone with a different play, but it's okay. We're gonna go claim. They can kill my Dryden. It's fine. Is what it is. We got another Darksaber. Interesting. I think we just go aggression, deal 4, defeat, and upgrade. Just kill off Snoke. Not an exciting play. Still waiting for the aggressive negotiations. So Darth Vader. Ooh, we are getting to the point of the game where they're going to start playing a bunch of stuff. Overwhelming Barrage is great. What a good card. Okay, we'll go ahead and play Bo-Katan. My opponent with the double green. Okay, they're going to ramp and then replay the... What's it called? The Crumb. Seems good. Warrior of Clan Ordo. I think we'll just attack in for 3 with the Bo-Katan here. I've got a lot of options. So Relentless. First event, huh? All right, well, we're going to go with Grand Inquisitor here. I don't know if I care about events necessarily. Okay, let's go with Darksaber over on Bo-Katan. All right, we're going to claim. That's a Ray. Resource the Ray. Let's go ahead and go with an attack in for 7 with the Bo-Katan. Can't go with aggressive negotiations anymore. There's a Maul. Dang, yep. I think we're probably in a losing spot here. I mean, we'll draw a card. Maybe we draw something relevant. Ooh, the Overwhelming Barrage was really good. I did, kind of set up for it. What could I do? I guess I could have hit the Snoke. No, it just would have been really tough. I could have hit the Snoke with the Dryden and then like double the power, hit Snoke for 6. Would have been somewhat relevant there. Okay, they can hit for 8, and then it's pretty much GG at that point. Again, we cannot... all right, let's draw another card. I was going to say, we cannot really play events here. Okay, well, now that puts lethal on the board, and we draw double Dryden, so we could hit in for a little bit of damage, but that's going to be GG. The Relentless didn't necessarily do anything, but it removed our win condition, which was the aggressive negotiations at some points in the game. So, yeah, didn't think we were going to win that game after Relentless came down. I wonder if we could have done something just a little bit different. But the Snoke, and really it's just villainy command being big. If you go big, it's going to work out for you probably. If we had like a Kylo Ren's silencer or something, like a little bit more of a space start, I think it could have been a little bit different, but we don't have that many space units, so pretty good game. Okay, into the next game here. I think I'm going to resource the old access codes, and I think I'm going to resource the silencer, and I'm just going to pass here. I would like to not play my units into Tarkin Town, and if they claim, I am okay with that, because my whole game plan is about drawing a bunch of extra cards. So if we can kind of sit around with a bunch of extra cards in our hand, I think that's pretty us favored. So we're gonna go pass, just because, again, great, I'm okay with that. If they want to do nothing again, I'm okay with that too. Okay, Millennium Falcon. We'll just go open fire. I could death mark it, but they just bounce it back to hand on the next turn. So Sudden Ferocity back into the resource pile. We're just kind of accumulating a bunch of upgrades, which would be pretty good on a pre-Vizsla. Kira, they can name whatever they would like. Whatever they would like. Darksaber wouldn't be a bad one. Whatever they want. I don't really want to deploy 2 units on this turn. They're naming Bo-Katan. Interesting. Okay, let's put the Warrior of Clan Ordo down. Very interesting to go with that. Huh. I guess we'll find out what's going to happen here. Ooh, there's that. So let's go I Am Your Father on the Kira. Let us draw a bunch of cards. I like it. I like it. This is getting a little bit risky. We're just going to go ahead and I don't know what I want to do next. Let's pass. Let's see if we can set up some sort of one-shot potential here. That's kind of my goal right now. I don't feel like I need to rush this. I mean, I don't feel like I can rush it, to be honest. Let's go with Deathmark again. And we'll kind of figure out what we want to do as a follow-up. Okay, we've got Faith in Your Friends. I mean, they haven't been able to use Tarkin Town at all. Faith in Your Friends Part 2. I mean, they're going to be able to create a lot of spy tokens here. Let us draw a bunch. Makes sense to me. Let's go ahead and deal damage to a spy token here. Let's go to deploy pre-Vizsla. We'll draw a card. Faith in Your Friends, Part 2. I mean, this is a really, really interesting game, to be honest. Spark of Rebellion. Let's go ahead and knock out the Kira and draw a bunch of cards. We can, trigger the Ray. That was a great draw. Deal 2, deal 2. There's R2. They're going to be able to deal a little bit of extra damage here. That's fine. We're going to resource the Ray here. Oh my gosh, we have so many cards in hand. How much is this aggressive negotiations going to do? What? What was that? Oh my gosh. Let's draw a card. Let's deal 4 damage to Padme. We're going to claim initiative. I don't think we're in a great spot. The problem with playing any unit, like the Starwing Scout, for example, like a space unit to deal the damage is they have Tarkin Town and they have the ability to kind of deal a point of damage here, point of damage there, whatever it is. And that could be very, very risky for us. I think we lost because the way we had to draw cards was we just couldn't put enough units on board to deal with the Tarkin Town. But I mean, maybe we can get there if we deploy enough units in a single turn, like a Grand Inquisitor and a Silencer and, get another aggressive negotiations. That's kind of the thought there, at least. Okay, they named Grand Inquisitor. I think Grand Inquisitor is the scariest one for them. Double Kira is pretty obnoxious, and they have an M1 Starfighter. Sure. Ooh, Ray would have been excellent. All right, what do I have here? I mean, I can open fire. I think we open fire Padme. How much damage do they have? 6. I mean, technically, they have lethal on board. Here we go. Silencer. I mean, they should just hit us in the face because they know our hand. They know we don't have an answer. GG. That was pretty fun. Padme is really tough for us because we don't have a ton of units and they could probably deal with them. But we got hit for, what was that? That was for 21. That was plus 50. We had 15 cards in it. Oh my gosh. That was incredible. Into our next game, we got ourselves a Piet Red. We'll resource the FN Trooper Core and the Silencer. We're gonna go Cyril Karn. Oh, it's my friend Mobius here, guys. Someone who has a bunch of YouTube videos out there on the Do You Know Star Wars? Really cool stuff. So good luck to you, my friend. We will see what we can do. They probably have an open fire. We don't have an open fire. So we'll see what happens here. Okay, they're going to attack Cyril. I'll hit the base. I'll reveal a couple units. See what they're going to do about that. See if they just discard a card. I wouldn't be surprised if they just discard a card. Kind of looking to go, I am your father. Okay, they're gonna do that thing. I'm gonna go, I am your father. Actually, do I want to go, I am your father? I wonder if I just claim here. Ooh, there's an aggressive negotiations. All right, let's attack. Reveal the Dryden, the old access codes. And we'll deal 2. This will preserve our Cyril Karn, or allow us to make them discard a card. They're going to discard a Devastator. So we're going to go Dryden. I mean, I'm going to go all in on this Dryden. And we'll see what my opponent's got. I mean, they can deploy a 7-drop capital ship. Invisible Hand is good. It's good for sure, but it's not Dryden good. Okay, so they could have Turbo Laser Salvo in 2 turns. Oh man, this is close. Let's deploy Pre-Vizsla, and let's draw a card. Okay, so we got a 6/6 Pre-Vizsla. I'm really relying on this Dryden right now, but I'm kind of hoping I could, like, bait my opponent into thinking that the Dryden doesn't matter as much. Okay, Pre-Vizsla's going to get smacked for a lot here. Okay, let's just go ahead and hit in with Pre-Vizsla. Let's go. How much damage do I need? If I go with if I go with I Am Your Father, that's going to put me up to 8 cards. And then I'll have 9 cards with Aggressive Negotiation. That's going to 11. That kills them. So let's go I Am Your Father on the Devastator. Okay. So they're hitting base. Okay, so if I claim initiative right now, 4, 9, I win. I win. It's just GG. It's just GG. It's just game over. I freaking love this deck, guys. It is so stupid. It is so stupid fun. I cannot get enough of this. Oh my gosh. Aggressive Negotiations is just so silly. This is, oh my god, this is so much fun. This is so much fun. I can't handle it. Okay, into the next game. Absolute high. I mean, we are just riding high right now. Very solid situation we find ourselves in. Sudden Ferocity, old access code's gonna be the resources here up against Palp Green. Don't know what to expect here, but we're gonna go with Serial Karn. I just think this card's good. Just think the card is good. And we're gonna go on and claim. Got ourselves a Dryden, Deathmark, Bo-Katan. We'll resource the Bo-Katan. Resource the Silencer, actually. Reveal the Dryden, Deathmark here. And then we can deal 2 to the Inferno 4, which they're going to take the 2 damage to the Inferno 4, obviously. We can go ahead and play Bo-Katan afterwards. And then... You know, I mean, this is not a bad start. Ray, easy resource there. We have Dryden down on this next turn. We can put a Darksaber on Pre-Vizsla, but not Dryden, since Dryden is not a Mandalorian. But we can deploy Pre-Vizsla and put Sudden Ferocity on Dryden, which could do some work. Overwhelming Barrage. Okay, so they're going to take out probably... Yeah, that's what I figured. We'll get in for 3... Play a Dryden, pass. FN Trooper Core is actually really solid. I might instead play that one over the Sudden Ferocity. And we'll kind of see what we go ahead and do from there. Power of the Dark Side. All right, let's go ahead and deploy Pre-Vizsla. I will play FN Trooper Core. And I'll play it on the Pre-Vizsla. Draw a card. Aggressive Negotiations is a card that we definitely want to pick up here. Sooner rather than later. Gonna be able to draw a card here. Claims Initiative. Pass. They could have a Rival's Fall. They could have a lot of different cards here, to be honest, that would make us... depending on the situation, reasonably sad. Aggression could be good. Pre-Vizsla smacks for a lot right now. I could put a Darksaber on Dryden, and that could get him up to 6 power, double it to 12. And if I attack, that's 19. Attack, that's 23. And then that technically could be lethal if they have nothing. But I doubt that they have nothing. I'm going to start with a Pre-Vizsla attack, though. That seems like, you know, an easy choice here. Man, one Aggressive Negotiations would have just won us the game here. I mean, we just slam it, right? We keep the extra card in hand. We play Aggressive Negotiations. It hits in for 6. That's 8. Double at 16. 16 damage from Dryden. I mean, what can my opponent do? You know, what can my opponent do? So they just drew a Slimore, so they could play it, but that doesn't really do a whole lot. We'll get in for 4 here with the FN Trooper Core. And then we'll kind of see what my opponent wants to do. Darksaber costs 6. Just remember that. We can get in for 4 and then 4 with Aggression, but Darksaber just wins the game. I'm very tempted to just go all in on Darksaber. We'll see what my opponent does. I'm worried about the Palpatine deploy here. They played Unveiled Might. Okay, I'm going to go for the win then. The only option they have is like a Palpatine from the resource pile. If they do that, yeah, this is good. This is awesome. Yeah, seems good. Dryden. This card is a beauty. It's so good. I freaking love this deck. It's so fun. Alrighty, into the next game here. We've got ourselves a matchup up against Dryden. So not our Dryden, but the leader Dryden. We've got a reasonable hand for this. Probably just resource one of these 2 cost plays. My thought is probably the Silencer. Although they are playing Shadowed Undercity, which kind of makes me want to play a space unit because I think they're less likely to have a space unit. And then I can follow with Grand Inquisitor. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to probably keep the Silencer over the Warrior. I'm going to keep the Death Mark because you never know how that could be, you know, doing some work for us. Let's go with Silencer turn 1. I could regret this. I could not regret this. We'll find out very shortly. It's also possible they just go Power the Dark Side turn 2, and then we're just, you know, whatever. Sure. Old access codes, Cyril Karn. I'll keep the old access codes. We'll just get in for 3 here to start off. Play a Grand Inquisitor. See what my opponent decides to do. Grand Inquisitor does get in for a good amount of damage. They're going to be able to... Oh, they did not realize that this had hidden. Yep, that's going to do some... That's going to do some work. Let's go with Grand Inquisitor attack in. They probably just attack in with a Super Laser Technician, and then we go Death Mark on their Night Sister Warrior, because they're going to attack in with that one too. Overwhelming Barrage. Yeah, sure. Overwhelming Barrage, I mean, good card. It's a good card. Array could be the resource here. We will go ahead and deploy Pre-Vizsla, play FN Trooper Corps, draw a card, and then we'll kind of see what my opponent wants to do afterwards. Do they have a 5-drop to come? Ooh, brutal. Brutal. Yep. What's it called? The Dryden ambushing. Even though you can just completely screw up and completely negate an entire ambush, it's still pretty good. It's still pretty good. Let's go ahead and draw a card and deal 4 damage to the Anakin. Deal 1 to the Night Sister Warrior. Probably in like the lose the game kind of territory at this point, but we'll find out. If we get lucky and they don't have anything, then great. I wonder what they're using for force here. I mean, I guess Yoda, if they're just playing Yoda straight up, but kind of a weird one to play just kind of as a unit. Let's go ahead and play Starwing Scout. They can kill it with their Inferno 4, but then that gives us 2 cards that we've drawn, and we can go ahead and finish off the Night Sister Warrior. Oh my gosh, what a freaking banger. Oh my god. Yeah. That was incredible. That was awesome. Let's go ahead and I guess we just drop in. We just kill off the Secretive Sage, and then we play out Fifth Brother. Ray doesn't do anything for us anymore, but if we get 1 attack in with this Aggressive Negotiations, I'm pretty sure we can just win. So we need to figure out a way to get 1 attack in. That's all we need. Let's go ahead and go with Fifth Brother. If they attack it, sure, whatever. Great, we're going to claim. They have Power of the Dark Side, sure. Okay, we go Warrior of Clan Ordo. We played Dryden. They can claim initiative, but maybe they don't. Okay, they've got all the ambushing today. I figured this game was going to be a little bit hard because we need to get in some big damage, but you know, up against like kind of the controlling decks, or more specifically the ability to constantly ambush out things, it gets a little bit tricky. And they had the Anakin, which is very, very scary. Very, very scary in Dryden. That is a great card in Dryden. Absolutely disgusting. All right, so what do we learn with this Dryden double red? Honestly, I mean, if you want to have some fun, this is the deck. This is the deck. There are some of the most broken things I have done with this list. I played so many games with this afterwards and beforehand. and I just had a ton of fun. I just kept playing. I like stopped recording because I got my 7 games in, and then I was like, oh, we'll just play a couple more before I record kind of the wrap up. Just get a couple more games in because I'm having a ton of fun. And Aggressive Negotiations is an absurd card, and obviously Dryden was kind of a huge portion as to why we were able to win some of those games. But even just Aggressive Negotiations, I mean, there was times where I would just drop an Aggressive Negotiations attack with +7 +0 +6 +0, very, very common on my pre-Vizsla, and that's an attack for 12, right? And as long as you have the Silencer or Bo-Katan, you're just kind of curving out or whatnot, you're getting in for 3, 7, maybe 9, 12, 13 type of damage. At that point, that Aggressive Negotiations, a single swing plus another swing from pre-Vizsla, and that's game over. Ray came in clutch in some of those games, getting in a little bit of damage. That was kind of fun to see. But Aggressive Negotiations and Dryden Voss, certainly the kings of this list, and absolutely just takes over the entire game. This was a lot of fun. Guys, if you want to like surprise one-shot your opponents, run it up for like a Friday night or whatever, this is the deck. Just try it. It's a ton of fun. I know the last, I don't know if I'm going to post this one before or the other one because I kind of recorded one on the same day, but the other deck that I played, the Han 4 with Shadow Collective Camp, there's something fun about not playing Tarkin Town for one time and playing a base that draws you cards. Like, it just makes me happy. It just makes me happy. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hopefully you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all for the next one.